All right, welcome back into episode 3 of the Aces Loaded podcast. We're here with Brandon Pfaadt. Brandon, thanks for coming on.
Oh, no problem. Happy to be here.
You're our first pitching guest of the season, so it's special.
What an honor, huh?
So you went to Trinity High School growing up. Any other sports? You play any other sports other than baseball?
Nothing. I mean, growing up, I played football, basketball, baseball, kind of the main three. And then when I got to high school, I just played baseball and the casual intramural basketball. You know, trying to show off your athleticism a little bit.
What position were you in basketball?
In basketball,
6'4". Were you 6'4" in high school?
No, I was about 6 foot, so I was the bigger guy, but I always wanted to stay out by the three-pointer. I think that's why.
3 and D.
Yeah, 3's greater than 2, right?
You're not like Hager, who had a basketball court in his like foyer, were you?
No, not at all.
So you go to Bellarmine. Tell me about that experience. How was that? What's special about Bellarmine?
There's a lot of things that made me want to go to Bellarmine. My grandpa was a professor there. My aunt and my father went there. My dad actually works there. I got to play with both of my brothers at Bellarmine. My brother he was a catcher. He caught my first college outing, so it was pretty cool. And then my final year, I got to play with my little brother for the first time. So that was super cool. Coaching staff was awesome. I mean, that's kind of what forced me to go there, and it was just the right opportunity for me coming out of high school, and ran with it.
Your brother still plays there, right?
My little brother plays there. Yeah, this is last year. So
awesome, and that's close to home, right?
Yeah, it's just about 10 minutes down the street. So got to live away from home, but whenever I want to go back home and do some laundry or something,
Laundry's important. Now, are you from Louisville, Kentucky, as it's stated?
Yeah, I'm from Louisville, actually.
I said it right?
Yeah. So grew up there, lived there my whole life. That's where I live in the off season.
So pro teams, who does that make you a fan of?
So pro teams is kind of hit or miss in Louisville. You got the Cincinnati fans, the Indianapolis fans. Usually Colts. You see Colts and Bengals fans football-wise.
Because people don't understand how close it is to Ohio, right?
Right. It's about only like an hour and a half from Cincinnati, and then probably 2 hours to Indianapolis. So you see both of those. But growing up, I didn't really have a professional team, to be honest. So kind of just rooted for whoever was on that night.
You just had. What about football team? Did you have a football team? NFL?
No, I don't.
You just wore the NFL hat. You just wore the logo. You're a fan of the sport. That's awesome. You played in the Cape Cod League in college. What was that experience like, and how special was that, honestly, to be able to get noticed a lot more playing against some of the nation's top players collegiately?
Yeah, I mean, going into that as a Division II athlete, it was kind of like a whoa, It was a big confidence builder going into it, and then I think that's kind of what got me on the professional baseball path, because before that I was kind of just enjoying college, trying to help the team win, just like any college athlete. But when I went to Cape Cod League, that's when people like advisors started reaching out, and I was like, dang, this actually might be an opportunity. And then my junior year, which was a COVID year, that's kind of when it took off and became a reality. So I think that's kind of why I'm sitting here today, because of that Cape Cod League experience.
Led to this podcast. You get drafted in the 5th round in 2020. How about that whole experience? Did you expect it to get drafted? Because that was a 5-round draft. You get selected in the 5th round. And obviously there was a lot of buzz around you, but did you expect to go in the 5th?
There was a lot of up in the air comments that I met with a lot of teams, probably 28 out of the 30 or so. But that year was just so crazy because nobody knew really where you were going to go if you weren't like a first rounder, But I heard I was projected 2 through 6, and obviously there wasn't a 6th round, so there was a chance that I didn't get drafted. And we were sitting there that day for about 7 hours until I got the phone call, and that's when we took it and got the opportunity and ran with it.
What's the emotion when you get that call?
It was almost like a relief off my shoulders and family's shoulders. It was just life changing, to let that phone ring.
What are those pre-draft meetings like? What are the conversations with those teams?
It's a lot of personality tests. Every team is different. You'd have maybe like a 100-question personality test, or it was mainly just scouts wanting to get to know you. And then obviously they would come to practice and watch you pitch, but it was more of seeing what your reputation was off the field, and then obviously they can scout you on the field and see what your makeup is there. So it was more of personality, what you're kind of like off the field.
And then last year, obviously, you have your breakout year in the minors, one of the minors' best pitchers. It felt like a prove-it year a little bit, and you proved it. Did it feel like that to you?
Of course. Kind of, taking the Division II route, you kind of feel like an underdog to an extent. And I'm always trying to go out there and prove people wrong and prove it to myself that I can do it. So yeah, I think for sure.
And then what's your favorite baseball movie? Is it Moneyball, and then why?
I think it is Moneyball. Because
no, you can tell me what the actual one is.
It is. I don't really have a favorite baseball movie, but Moneyball was definitely the one that stuck to me. Just growing up watching it with the family, can't beat it.
Awesome movie. You're a golfer, right?
Of course, I try to be. Huh?
What do you shoot? What is your?
I'd like to say I'm a 80s golfer. One day it could be a 78, one day it could be a 92. So I like to meet right in the middle at 80s.
That means you're a good golfer, I'd think. I mean, by my standards. What's the nicest golf course you've ever played?
It was actually last year. I'm going to go with Chanel Golf Club in Springfield, Missouri. We played there we kind of just said we were with the D-backs organization, and they let us out for free, and it was sick. It was good to get out there.
Springfield, Missouri, home of the best golf courses in the world.
I think it was Little Rock.
Arkansas?
It was either Springfield.
They both are known for great golf courses.
We played courses at both places, and they were unbelievable. So it kind of felt like back at home, kind of seeing trees, water, instead of the desert courses that we were playing all year.
What's your home course in Louisville?
Just
Louisville.
Anywhere, any public courses. There's a lot of them, so I don't think I have a home course.
Masters going on right now at the time of recording. Would you rather play the Masters, play Augusta once, or have passes every Sunday of the Masters for the rest of your life?
I'm going with playing it. I'm going to play it once and know that I played it once my entire life.
I'd have to disagree, but that's a great answer. You're a true golfer, I think, and you passed the test there. All right, thanks so much for coming on Aces Loaded, Episode 3.